From our Washington, D.C. studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hena Zuberi. The Muslim Philanthropy Initiative at Indiana University has been shut down due to Islamophobic attacks. This and more on today's show. Stay tuned. The regional war in West Asia, also known as the Middle East, is escalating. U.S.-Saudi strikes across 7 Iraqi provinces have killed at least 20 alleged Iran-backed fighters. Another 32 people have been wounded. In response, Iran says it has fired missiles towards a U.S. military base in Jordan. Jordan's military says it intercepted 5 projectiles before dawn. Meanwhile, Tehran has rejected Oman's proposal to divide shipping routes through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is instead demanding greater control over the strategic waterway. The White House says that President Donald Trump and Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu have talks over the widening war. A public library in the U.S. state of Wisconsin held a special exhibition to mark Muslim American Heritage Month. The exhibition is observed annually in July to recognize the contribution of American Muslims. The display, organized by Altoona Public Library in partnership with the Wisconsin Muslim Civic Foundation, remains on view throughout the month. Library Director Olivia Morris says that the exhibition is to educate visitors and the public and promote the understanding of different cultures. After the library shared the display on Facebook, it received the highest number of comments in its history. Many people praised the initiative. Others posted anti-Muslim and hostile messages online. The library responded by condemning Islamophobia. It also called for respectful public discussion. The Muslim Philanthropy Initiative at Indiana University, Indianapolis, shut down due to Islamophobic attacks. The initiative was a research and professional development program founded in 2017 at the university's Lilly Family School of Philanthropy. Indiana University closed the program this month. The initiative offered training primarily in America, but also globally. The university says it's shutting down the initiative because one of its programs, organized in Turkey, was sponsored by a Turkish nonprofit, ACLU. The ACLU was sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury in March due to its support of Palestine. The designation came after the university's program worked with ACLU throughout last year. Privately owned online newspaper Washington Free Beacon started the Islamophobic attack on the initiative. The newspaper is financially backed by Paul Singer, an American billionaire hedge fund manager. The media-biased fact-check website states that Free Beacon mixes factual reporting with a misleading and false claims. The targeting campaign was escalated by Republican representatives from Indiana. The United Nations condemns an Israeli military raid on a UN agency training center at the Qalandiya refugee camp in occupied East Jerusalem. The center is run by UNRWA, the UN agency for Palestinian refugees. The UN says Israeli forces entered the compound and restricted the movement of students and teachers. Staff and students were gathered and confined during the operation. The UN says that the raid breached the inviolability of UN premises and overstepped Israel's legal obligations towards the world body. The incident comes as Israel intensifies restriction on UNRWA and its operations. Meanwhile, Israel plans to expand military operations in the West Bank refugee camps and plans further expulsions of Palestinian residents. A prominent minority university in northern India is facing demolition. Details coming up next. Revealing the use of racist slurs by U.S. immigration agents while carrying out enforcement operations in Los Angeles. The evidence was submitted to a federal court by the American Civil Liberties Union. It includes body camera videos and recovered text messages. Court filings show in one video an agent is overheard using a derogatory slur in reference to Latinos. Some text messages also contain offensive language. The ACLU says that the material shows a pattern of race-based profiling during immigration raids. The group says that the evidence confirms that immigration agents unlawfully targeted people based on the color of their skin. The lawsuit filed on behalf of several people, including U.S. citizens who say they were stopped, questioned, or detained because of their ethnicity. The Department of Homeland Security has not directly addressed the suit. Instead, it's defending its officers, saying that they remain focused on protecting the American people. The case is now before a federal court. Israeli forces disrupted a memorial ceremony for slain Palestinian activist Auda Hafalain in the occupied West Bank. The ceremony, held yesterday in Masafir Yatta, south of Hebron. It marked 1 year since Hafalain was killed after Israeli settler Yunon Levi opened fire. The gathering included Palestinian, Israeli, and international activists. Hafalain contributed to the Oscar-winning documentary No Other Land. Supporters gathered to honor his life and advocacy for Palestinian communities facing displacement. During the ceremony, Israeli forces moved in to disperse the crowd. Witnesses say that officers also assaulted Israeli opposition lawmaker Ofer Kassif, who was attending the ceremony in solidarity with participants. Hafalain's death drew widespread international condemnation. Rights groups continue to cite the killing as an example of growing settler violence against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. Israeli warplanes bombed a mosque and tents sheltering displaced Palestinians in Gaza City. The strike left hundreds of people homeless and caused widespread destruction. The attack targeted the Al-Muttaqin Mosque in central Gaza City near the Young Man's Christian Association. The mosque is destroyed. Tents housing displaced families were also flattened. Nearby homes and civilian property have suffered heavy damage. Witnesses say hundreds of Palestinians lost their only shelter. Many families were already displaced after earlier Israeli attacks destroyed their homes. The YMCA, a Christian institution, provides youth, sports, social, and humanitarian services to people of all faiths. The Palestinian Ministry of Endowment reports Israel destroyed 1,050 mosques and damaged 191 others since the war began. Palestinian authorities say more than 73,000 Palestinians were killed since Israel's genocidal war in Gaza began nearly 3 years ago. More than 174,000 are wounded. Muhammad Ali Johar University, a prominent Muslim university in India, faces demolition. Authorities in BJP-ruled state of Uttar Pradesh ordered the tearing down of 38 out of 40 of its buildings. They allege they were built without legal approval. The university is located in Rampur, a city long known for its rich Muslim culture and heritage. Founded by former Uttar Pradesh Minister Adam Khan, one of India's most prominent Muslim political leaders. Khan has spent several years in prison on multiple convictions. He says the cases against him are a political witch hunt by Hindu nationalist governments. Nearly 3,000 students attend the university, including hundreds of women. Students, alumni, and residents have launched a protest saying that the demolition would destroy their futures. The university has challenged the order in court. An interim stay has delayed but not canceled the planned demolition. Hindu nationalist BJP government says it is simply enforcing what it calls laws against illegal construction. The victim, 54-year-old Dris Atouan, owned a neighborhood supermarket in the Sherbik district. Belgian broadcaster RTBF reports the attack happened on Tram 55 on July 23rd. Reports say Atouan intervened after a man directed racist and anti-Muslim abuse at a woman. The suspect then turned on him and beat him repeatedly in an exceptionally violent assault. Atouan suffered critical injuries and died in a hospital on Saturday. Brussels prosecutors said that suspect remains in custody under an arrest warrant. A psychiatric evaluation has also been ordered as the investigation continues. Incoming Sherbik Mayor Hassan Koyonchu calls Atouan's death an unbearable injustice. Many people have hailed Atouan as a hero who lost his life while defending a stranger. African countries are working to build a stronger presence in the global space industry. African Union's African Space Agency, known as AFSA, is expected to become fully operational by 2029. For now, it is coordinating national space programs, building institutions, and promoting cooperation across the continent. Unlike the European Space Agency, AFSA has limited funding and infrastructure. It's not yet building satellites or operating space systems. A report by Aerospace Corporation says AFSA can enter the industry by coordinating major continental projects. Researchers say that African countries have skilled engineers, growing investment, and expanding international partnerships. They say that the continent has a chance to become a co-developer of space technology rather than simply a buyer of foreign systems. A new U.S. study suggests home water filters can help reduce levels of harmful PFAS known as forever chemicals in the human body. The study tracked 673 adults living in 2 Massachusetts communities where drinking water was contaminated by firefighting foam used in military training sites. Researchers at the Silent Spring Institution found people who drank filtered tap water had lower PFAS levels in their body. Similar benefits were also seen amongst people who mainly drink bottled water. Scientists found people who lived in contaminated areas had higher PFAS levels in their bodies. In some cases, the chemicals remained elevated up to 7 years after the public water systems began removing them. PFAS have been linked to cancer, thyroid disease, high cholesterol, and other health problems. Researchers say that upgrading municipal water systems remain the best long-term solution. They add that the home water filters can offer important protection while communities improve their water supplies. That's all from our Washington, D.C. studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment and let us know what you think of our coverage. Please donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.